There are 2 cat products selling $15,000 per month on Etsy. I cannot believe it. The cat niche is out of control. We're going to discuss what those items are in this video. So first, let's get into cat versus dog. Cat is searched slightly less than dog on Etsy, but only by a couple thousand. They're still huge relative to other things. So the biggest takeaway I want you to get from this video is there anything in your shop that you're already selling that you can just make a cat variation, either for cat lovers, either including cats in the item, for cats, for adults? Is there any way that you can make your stuff cat? So for example, in the crochet space, I know a lot of you are selling little crochet items. Well, apparently people want to buy those same things for cat toys. One of the toys even included catnip. And there was a spiral one that was selling $1,200 a month, $6K in total sales. It looks pretty simple to make, and it was selling as a cat toy. So maybe you're trying to sell to people, or you're trying to sell for toddlers or babies or whatever, but maybe you can make your thing for cats or for cat lovers, and you can take advantage of this growing sales trend. Also, cat crochet patterns. So this isn't necessarily to make a cat toy, but it's to make little crochet items in the shape of a cat. That was something that was really popular as well. There was one that was a bestseller that was making $3K per month estimated sales using Everbee. Now, one thing I noticed overall in the digital download space, people love to see cats in wall art, and specific themes came up. So at the time that I'm recording this, Halloween is just around the corner, so people wanted to see cats and ghosts together in the bathtub. I don't know why, but there were some very popular wall art listings regarding cats and ghosts, and it looks like they were created in Midjourney. I actually tried to create some of them myself. It was really fun and very relatively simple to make, I would say. So I'm guessing that's where people are creating their stuff. Now, of course, make sure you read up on Etsy's policies regarding AI so that you are making sure to disclose that appropriately. Also, I saw that cats reading books was another really big thing in the wall art trend. And sometimes they were reading books in bed, and sometimes they were reading books in the bathroom or wherever, but people love to see their cats reading books. Now, also, I saw in the wall art space custom pet portraits for cats, 2 different types. One was if your cat was a royal and they had like a fancy outfit for the cat. And then another one was custom badly drawn pet portrait was trending. And I don't know why someone would want a badly drawn portrait of their pet. It looked more of like a doodle, I guess, than a full-blown picture. The one for the cat dressed up as a royal was more of like an AI generation. That was kind of cool too. But there were tons of different variations of these, and they all were doing decently well, not huge. Now, in terms of what was kind of off the charts, well, wall shelves for cats were making around $15K per month, this one particular listing, and the shelves looked really cute. Sometimes people who sell furniture email me and they're wondering what else they could do. Well, have you considered making furniture for cats? Also, I noticed just in general, people wanted pillows that were made out of someone's cat, but they wanted particularly ugly cat pet pillows. So there was one pillow that was only 4 months old, and it had over 30,000 views, and it was the pillow in the shape of an ugly cat. So really, the cat wasn't ugly. It's just the way it was stretched and kind of misshapen was kind of odd, and people were all about that. Other things that you wouldn't think of that were doing really well, a custom book embosser, which I think part of it is that someone who may have a cat may also like to read. Maybe those 2 identities just kind of go together. So there were a lot of opportunities to combo that. So maybe if you're selling something in the book space, can you add cats and appeal to that type of person? Now, I was trying to look up cat costumes because I know from having a kindergartner that kids like cats. They really love cats nowadays. But in general, just young kids like cats. So if you're selling anything to kids, can you put cats on it? Like maybe you're selling something for them for like Valentine's Day or whatever, like put cats on stuff and kids will probably buy it. I was trying to look up cat costumes because that's what I know my daughter wants to be every year. And I accidentally stumbled onto a niche of people who want to make costumes for their cats. And they were cute, adorable crocheted hats and little vests. And it's more than just Halloween. Like people were dressing their cats up as Sherlock Holmes and putting like birthday outfits on them and stuff. It was a huge thing. So maybe if you sell in the crochet space or some type of like maker that does something related to this, you might think, oh, can I make my thing really shrunk down for a cat? Because that was just popping off right now. And in general, just combinations. I mentioned ghosts and cats were really big right now. So in the print-on-demand space, if you are trying to make Halloween t-shirts, could you make a ghost and a cat together? Could you do something with a cat and like kind of spooky cat and a pumpkin? Just think of how you can do a twist on it. But the ghost and the cat together were like really big. And there was a lot in the print-on-demand space, like sweatshirts and t-shirts and various things. And then, of course, if you combined books and cat and ghost, well, then now you're just like winning on all the different identity fronts here. Other things, I mentioned cat toys, but cat collar was something. It was searched kind of so-so, not as much compared to dogs. Cat tree and cat ears had higher searches overall. One thing that was popping up in the trending category, pet psychic readings. Etsy has certain policies on divination and spells and various things. If you didn't know, people sell that on Etsy. They do, and as long as they're meeting Etsy's terms, they're allowed to do that. That being said, just because someone wants a pet psychic reading, I probably feel most people would not feel comfortable creating that listing unless they purposely or they personally feel drawn to that particular area. I tend to stay away from that area myself, but if that applies to you, then maybe you never thought that you were going to be niching down to pet psychic readings, for example. Also, just in the printable space, pet care info pages, like information where someone could say, oh, here's a picture of my dog, their likes, dislikes, or whatever. So a cat sitter, a dog sitter would be able to easily take over from you if you were on vacation or wherever. Cat babysitter, those type of printables were doing really good right now. Wallpaper for people's phones, and as well as those little phone icons. I've tried to sell those in the past, and I'm not a huge fan because it takes forever to make someone's icons, and then what if they have an app that you don't have an icon for? If you have no idea what I'm talking about, people like to customize their iPhones with various pictures. Instead of using like a regular Amazon app, you would create a different version of that. So of course people want cat stuff. I personally don't like to sell super complicated things, so I don't sell that anymore. Also, of course, like when you're using other companies' logos, it just gets a little dicey, so I wouldn't go there. Cat figurines. There was really cute cat family stuff. Like there was a wooden puzzle where it had all the members of the family, but they were cats and they kind of like all combined together. It was very sweet. Cat ornaments, cat stickers are really big right now. And there are pictures of cats kind of all curled up. Those were stickers. They were crystals too. There were cats that were all curled up that were crystals. It would be interesting if you sell in the crystal space. But in general, just in the stickers, they were either went the cute route, or it went the funny route, where it was like people that have cats may like to say that they're introverted, so it was like little humor that have to go with that. Like I wanted to go outside, but my cat was curled up in my lap, or like little things like that people tended to buy. Overall, though, highly recommend figuring out how you can make your stuff cat themed, because it looks like that's what people think about when they're going to Etsy. They want personalized things for themselves, for their friends, for whoever. If you love cats, you get on Etsy. And of course, with the election around the corner, people wanted a lot of cat election stuff. You need to look up whether it's appropriate or not to sell that on Etsy. It's probably not. You're probably not supposed to use the election campaign. But then again, I'm not a lawyer, so I would consult your own resources on whether or not you can sell cat election things. But that being said, with the comments regarding childless cat lady, obviously that's going to translate to people wanting things on t-shirts, people wanting signs to put in their yard. You can only imagine where that is going to go. That being said, any type of pet product seems to be a big hit on Etsy. Check out the video on dogs. We'll link to it below if you didn't get a chance to watch that. Thanks.